It's kind of like a bean belt, you know, like where you have like a grain and a pulse, and that's your full meal. People ask me like, why do you do Indian food? I'm like, well, actually, I mean, because there's more similarities than you might think, and finding those similarities and then taking the differences and combining them in different ways, it makes for really, really interesting food. And that's what I look to do at home when I'm cooking for myself, here at the restaurant when I'm cooking for others, and now when I'm cooking for you. Hey, this is Adam for Hungry Eyes TV, and I'm showing you what comfort food looks like when you're an American Southerner making Indian food in Ukraine. We're going to be making Dal Makhani. We'll be serving it not with rice, we're going to serve it with cornbread. One reason is that's what I grew up with. Another reason is kind of historical things behind the dish. They come from a region where they really like their corn tandoor rotis, so it makes a nice combination. We've already got our beans ready. Make them according to the package directions. There's really nothing complicated here. Dal Makhani. Makhani is actually the word that you would call butter chicken or butter paneer if you were to call them in Hindi. So this is essentially the same kind of sauce. So we're starting with butter. And really while it's melting down, we can go ahead and add some spices. Powdered spices, notably Kashmiri chili and turmeric, but we're also gonna have some whole spices. Green cardamom, a couple of black, they give a nice smoky flavor. Some Indian coriander, pinch of fennel, a little bit of cinnamon, a few white peppercorns. We're not looking to grind it down to nothing. We just essentially want the flavors to infuse into the oil. I'm just gonna drop the spices in. You wanna go from smelling this butter to smelling spices. Like they're going to become very aromatic. What we're doing is infusing the butter with these spices, essentially. The aromatic oils in them are fats, so they dissolve into fat like butter. If you just throw them into a dish after there's already a lot of other ingredients in there, it's not going to be quite as good. While this is going, I'm going to throw a little bit of chili, or a lot of chili, whatever you like. Half as much or even less turmeric. Just give that a stir, because these spices will also release more aroma. Add some ginger and garlic. Tomato paste. That's an ingredient that gets kind of a bad rap, like, oh, it's processed. It's processed, but it's winter, so we're not going to get good tomatoes anyway, and well, frankly, tomato paste is one of those good processed ingredients. We're going to cook it a little bit until the smells, the aromas come together, which is basically all ready. And add our cream. To stir this to combine, bring it to a simmer, which won't take long. While we're at it, add a pinch of salt, and we're already simmering. So essentially our sauce is ready. It's nice and it's an orange color if you use more of the Kashmiri chili. Depends on how spicy you want it. And we're gonna add the beans. You want more beans, add more beans. You want more of the sauce, add fewer beans. We have our cornbread ready. I just made it in the skillet, cut it in half. It'll actually look really nice right next to the cornbread. Now we had some cream left in the little bowl here, so we'll just drizzle that over the top. And then we'll take a little bit of dried fenugreek leaves. Just gonna sprinkle it over. This adds a really, really nice aroma. And there we have it. Dal Makhani and cornbread. When the season comes, we'll add greens. So now that we have our food, let's go make a drink. If it's cornbread and beans, let's do iced tea, right? Since I'm from Tennessee, iced tea means sweet tea. Very sweet tea. You can make it to your taste. And if you've ever been at home for, say, Thanksgiving in the States with a bunch of relatives, you know what it means to go for a liquor store run, pick up something to put in your sweet tea. So a splash of bourbon. A good splash. If you wanted to make this a little more Indian, you've got a few options. One is to brew the tea using a tea masala mix. You could also add, say, some masala tea bitters. We make them here in-house. And since, again, we're working with strong tea, a dash of milk to kind of cut the tannins that are in the drink. Give it a quick stir. And you're ready to go. Let's eat. Let's give this a try then. I like it better with the cornbread than with the rice. The milk tea is a good choice because I made it all a tad bit spicier than I might normally. Like having all the melange of spices that you have in the dal, the richness with the butter, and you have like the umami from the tomato paste. It's just an excellent combination. We'll put it on the menu and see what people think.